The rain continues here at Shark Park, but the only good news weather-wise is the big blustery sou'easter that has been rocking the grandstands here at Shark Park over the past 3 hours or so has subsided a touch, but unfortunately that rain continues to come down. A record crowd between these two teams, 13,150. We won't get anywhere near that today, but they were expecting a big crowd before the inclement weather. The Cronulla Sharks and the Steelers just getting their final messages, Steve Roach.
Yeah, I suppose the good thing just mentioned before you mentioned the crowd. The people who have turned out here have braved the weather and want to see their side on their last game at home. And here's the Illawarra Steelers led out by Dean Callaway.
Dean Callaway is the skipper. And there's been just the one change to this Illawarra starting side. Brad Mackay comes in and jumping up a 19, and Terry Lamey is out with injury, goes back to the interchange bench. Bradstreet, Tunbridge and Andrew Purcell making up the bench for the Illawarra Steelers. Only 20 years of age, Trent Barrett, his first grade debut back in '96. 22 games, 16 tries. What a strike rate as the home side, the Cronulla Sharks, led out by their skipper in Mitch Healy. He'll be playing in the number 7 jumper, Mitch Healy. There's also been one change to the Cronulla Sharks outfit. Nick Graham is the lock. Martin Lang goes in the second row. Jason Stevens goes into the front row. Russell Richardson in the centres, just 21. Like Trent Barrett, also from St Gregory's.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he, since ET's been out of action for the last 6 or 7 weeks at least. Richardson's had to take a lot of weight on his shoulders and done it well.
Only moments away from kickoff now. Your referee tonight, Mr. Brian Grant.
Phil, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Paul?
And checking the communications.
What about you, Curly?
Yeah, we can hear you, Brian Grant.
I hope we don't hear you too much.
It's not very
There
loud,
he is,
Wardy. Just
Matt
hang up, Rod.
Rogers.
Genius.
Wardy, can you
Expect
get
him to
some
play
more
in the
volume
centres
sound
in
here?
attack, and in defence he'll play on the wing.
And Brad Mackay very eager to get back into the action in jumper number 19.
Righto, that's a bit better.
An important game, this
Mitch.
one. Cronulla in
Let's go.
9th position
Dean.
on 23 points. Illawarra in 11th position on 21 competition points. We'll see this a lot tonight. That's a big barnstorming run. And there's been a loose ball already in very difficult conditions. Phil Blake.
It certainly is, Terry. Just as the game started, the wind has picked up dramatically in favour of Illawarra. Look for them to have a very strong kicking game early on in this game. But for mine, the Sharkies in these conditions, they should be too strong up front.
Yeah, good comment there. And Phil, that's a great run here from Martin Lang to start the game. And Dean Callaway, it looks like he's caught the front of Lang's head. There's the loose ball spewing out. It'll be Illawarra's loosened feed, but Callaway still on the ground for Illawarra, the hooker. They won't be able to form the scrum until he's up.
He's been in good form over recent weeks as Dean Callaway.
Still unsigned for next season too. I can't believe a player of that calibre can still be unsigned. Here's the injury again. He just clashed the heads.
Steelers with a great chance to attack. Timmins taking to ground the 22-year-old. He gets up 15 out.
Don't hold
And
down
the
there.
first penalty, Wilson was
Holding
very
down.
quick
What
to
are you gonna
grab
do,
hold of the ball. Wanted to
Then what are
play
you
on.
gonna do,
I
sir?
think they'll take the 2.
Yeah, that was against Nick Graham, just hanging
Bring
on
it
a little
round,
bit
please,
too
Duncan.
long. Illawarra captain Callaway asking to have a shot for the 2 points. Just a little bit to the right of the uprights. This won't be any problem, I don't think, for their lock forward, Craig Fitzgibbon, their goal kicker. A good way to start the game too for Illawarra.
64 tries for Cronulla. 10 less than the Illawarra Steelers. But defensively, Cronulla a much better outfit, Blocker.
Yeah, they're a spoiling sort of side, aren't they, the Cronulla side? They do all the little things well. They clean up. Chase from marker. Always first onto the football, and there's the goals kicked too. 70 for the Cronulla side. Goals conceded.
Fitzgibbon the man. To give the Illawarra Steelers an early 2 points lead.
Not a bad success rate for Fitzgibbon, 77%.
30 from 39.
He shouldn't have any problems with this one.
Son of Alan Fitzgibbon, the founding coach of the Illawarra Steelers. Just 21 years of age. He likes it. The flags are up. The Steelers, they lead early, 2 points to nil. And in these conditions, Phil Blake, early points are good points.
Any points are going to be good points tonight, Terry, but it's a good start for Illawarra. Now they've just got to settle into the game, use this breeze and get it down the other end.
Sharks running into
They're all fired up.
the breeze at the moment. Rogers with the kickoff. Mackay, he takes it. Back from injury. Nathan Long makes the tackle, along with the veteran there in Denny Lee. Jonathan Britton away from acting half. Callaway appears to have recovered from that earlier injury. Nick Graham over the top, the lock forward for Cronulla. Andrew Hart. Tackled right on the halfway line is Hart. They go to the right-hand side and Williams. In fact, Craig Wilson. Barrett, the kick. Peachy gathers it in well.
Well, that's one of the things you've got to do, Phil Blake, when you play against this Cronulla side and Peachy's playing fullback. Make him run after the football. Don't kick it to him on the first bounce or on the full.
No, exactly right, Blocker. The form he's been in for the last 7 or 8 weeks has been absolutely devastating. Not only him, but also Rogers and Howland. They can hurt you from the back of the field.
This has been an untidy start by the Cronulla Sharks, twice turning over possession in their own territories. Mackay is driven backwards. Callaway goes to acting half. We have Timmins on the left-hand side, they go right. Fitzgibbon taken hard in the tackle by Stevens. Treaster was down low. Hart, quick ball. Andrew Hart. 15 metres out from the try line, the Steelers. Robinson picks up Trent Barrett. Delivers a beautiful ball to Timmins. Timmins for Britton, and they'll get try number 1. Jonathan Britton. They turn possession into points to Steelers.
Well, again, it's the mistakes coming out of your own end. You've got to be safe, you've got to complete the set. But this time it's Matt Rogers who comes in and makes a mistake. Very unlike him. Watch the handball go through the hands. Barrett. Now watch Rogers come in. I don't know why he did. It was man on man there. And that's a simple try, and they won't get it any easier. Here's the turnover from Rogers too. The run from dummy half, which is he's so good at, 1-on-1. And here's the try again. Just watch the quick hands here from Barrett. And the mistake, it's man on man. There was no need for Rogers to come in. He doesn't make many mistakes. There's the ball on the outside to Britton. And that is a simple try for the Steelers.
Exactly right. Steve, it was simple. It virtually came from nothing. Rogers just leaving Britton for a second. And Jonathan Britton had a pretty clear passage to the line.
Yeah, I've got to say, about the type of player that he is, Matt Rogers, he'll make up for it. Don't worry about that.
And a tremendous season so far has Matt Rogers. Fitzgibbon. And his first grade debut only this year. Already has 2 points against his name. This one a lot tougher. It's swinging back beautifully. Over it goes. They lead by 8 points to 0.
Matty Rogers didn't sum it up. He came in when he didn't have to. Nice easy try for Britton, and it's a good start for the Illawarra Steelers.
And we mentioned Fitzgibbon has been in good kicking form. And that one in these conditions, an outstanding conversion.
It doesn't get much better than that. Another short kick-off here from Cronulla. I would have thought you'd be trying to pump the ball down as far as you could into Illawarra's territory. It's an easy walk now. They're nearly up to the 30-metre line in 2 tackles.
Lakeville taken to ground. Callaway away from acting half. Dean Callaway, quicker than you think. Dean Callaway into space. Nobody in support. Fitzgibbon got there a touch too late. They've got numbers on the right-hand side. Cronulla Sharks on the rack. Players in motion. Andrew Hart can't get rid of it. So will they swing it back to the left-hand side now? They go short side. Wilson summed it up quickly. He crashes over for try number 2.
I want to have a look.
He's a clever player, Wilson. He summed it up
opinion?
quickly. They were short. They couldn't get back after the break from Callaway.
Yeah, just a quick one. Yeah, your scrum.
So referee Brian Grant having a quick look at this one.
They're saying that he's held up over the line, I think. It'll be a scrum. It's not the last tackle. Let's just have a look at it.
Peachy gets a hand on it. Dykes takes him over.
Jeez, he did well.
They've turned him on. He's back, Wilson. I think the scrum will go down. I think it'll be a no try.
Yeah, it'll be a no try for sure. Both packs are now. No, just got his leg under there. No, the ball hasn't hit the ground. That's no try. And because it's not the last tackle, they won't get the football back. We'll see what the referee decides here.
Well, Craig Wilson, I think you'll see the red light. You do.
Yep.
And the local crowd here at Shark Park pretty happy.
Illawarra feed.
They'll continue to attack the Steelers. Barrett, Sean Timmins, well, he just strolls over.
Well, again, defensively, Cronulla, they're shell-shocked at the moment.
12 points to nil. 2 tries to nil.
I can't believe the tries have been so simple. Timmins just strolled over off a ball from Barrett, untouched. It's just a simple decoy runner on the inside. He gets on the outside of Dykes, it was. And Timmins scores for the Steelers.
Came from the scrum.
So important, isn't it, out in the centres, one-on-one. Phil Blake will be able to tell you a little bit better than me, but very hard. You miss a tackle, it's nearly a try. If the support's good, but they didn't need it. It wasn't that long. It was only a 15-metre run to the try line for Timmins.
Sean Timmins is smiling, and why not? Try number 6.
He's laughing.
For the season, and Fitzgibbon in front. So far, it's 2 from 2. He's about to make it 3 from 3. As that rain just picks up a touch. He bumps this one over. It's a shock scoreline at the moment. The Steelers in front by 14 points to nil.
Adam Dykes just gives him too much latitude here as he gets Barrett gets across the field here, and he just strolls in unopposed under the post. Good start for Illawarra, but the Sharks have to pull their finger out.
Phil, I hate to say this, you know better than me, but the conditions are turning very nasty.
Yeah, certainly are, Terry. It's the rain's going sideways down here. The wind's picking up. If I was Illawarra, I'd have it for 2 and then I'd get rid of it.
They've had it for 2 now. Callaway, Fitzgibbon, 3 from 3 with the boot so far.
14-0.
14 points to nil. 8 minutes gone.
It's a shock, isn't it?
Cronulla have turned the ball over twice in dangerous territory, and twice the Steelers have scored.
And I don't know, just check the 10 metres in front of you there, Phil. The Cronulla players look like they jumped the gun a little bit early every time.
Well, there they are in front of Grant there on that 5th tackle, and he didn't do anything about it, Blocker.
Barrett was forced to rush that kick. He has the breeze at his back, and that kick is too big.
Get your man on side, Mitch, before you play.
Well, here's the reason for the scoreline. 86% of the football for the Illawarra side early in this match, and that helps. You've got to have the footy to score. Here's Lang.
Martin Lang runs into the shoulder there of Craig Wilson. Nathan Long. So in this Cronulla forward pack, we have Lee, Lang and Long. And this man, Danny Lee, 33 years of age.
There was some talk in the paper saying that he was going to retire. I don't think that's the case.
Paul Green on the field for Cronulla. Mitch Healy with the kick. And it's out on the full. So nothing going the way of Cronulla at the moment.
Yeah, just have a look at their heads, Phil. They've all dropped after that kick in the touch on the full.
Yeah, well, they haven't started at all well, have they? 2 drops, a kick out in the full. They just got to settle down. There's a couple of experienced players out there. They just got to take stock, settle down, complete their sets. Their sets.
That too.
Yeah, and just hang into this game. It's a long way from over.
No, we won't put that in the bloomers.
Oh, how about it?
And so Robinson feeds the scrum. Picks up Luke Patton, only 18 years of age, trying to get involved from the fullback position. Simon making easy yards out of dummy half.
Geez, that marker defence is poor at the moment. Cronulla have really got to pick up there. You've got to dominate in the middle.
Rod Wishart, 23 Origin matches and 17 tests under his belt. Robinson. Wilson again. Likes to stand wide and offload.
The clever player too. He's good at counting the numbers.
Callaway summed it up quickly.
Oh.
Jonathan Britton, one to beat. Britton, Peachy, try saver, no. He gets over try number 2 for Britton. He got away from Peachy, got back up and scrambled over.
Well, I was almost thinking of the infield kick. He had plenty of time. But again, it's Callaway just carving up from dummy half. This bloke hasn't been signed. He's a genius. Look at this. Peachy's got him all for all money. Slips off the tackle. Rogers comes again. Britton's in for number 2. Callaway, look at him go.
Callaway had a huge game against the Newcastle Knights.
Britton can't believe his luck. That's just a simple one-on-one tackle.
And all of a sudden they find themselves trailing by 18 points to 0.
Well, they want to stop it. It'll be, you know, it's almost a point a minute.
He gets back up and gets over the try line. Jonathan Britton, try number 2 for the night. And the Cronulla Sharks, they're under siege at the moment.
Yeah, well, Phil Blake and I were talking before the game about your bogey sides. Cronulla have only beaten them, Illawarra, once in 10 years. He might be right.
Record books show the Steelers enjoy playing Cronulla, and they enjoy playing at Shark Park.
He'll bring this one around nicely. Watch this. Look where the ball's aimed.
Well,
to the right hand upright, just a bit past it. It'll come around.
18 points to 0. Starts it very wide. Back it comes, and now it's 20-0. The Steelers in front.
Here we go, Callaway down the short side. Jeff Bell comes up and out of the line, forcing Callaway to get in behind him. Nice ball there to Britton. I thought he was going to take him on the inside, stayed outside, didn't tackle him. Peachy gets up, scores in the corner there. A great start for Illawarra.
An unbelievable start. I'm a little bit shell-shocked at the moment. 20 points in the opening 12 minutes of play.
It's a carver.
They do have the bruise at their back, but they're doing all the little things right.
Cronulla might have their mind on the trip away.
Mackay upended.
I wonder where they're going, Rio or something?
I can tell you, Blocker, they're on 23 competition points. They might be going on the end-of-season trip. A touch too early. Andrew Hart taken on the far side. Illawarra have had all the ball, 25 hit-ups to 8. Lakeville. 11 games for the season. Robinson. Mackay juggles it, back on the inside. Luke Patton, Timmins again. Timmins the infield kick. Callaway is chasing, the breeze takes it, and so too does Brett Howland. Back to the 20 for the tap. Away they go, Brett Howland. His nickname is the Whippet, and he runs exactly like one.
Well, I suppose on the other hand, they can't go to sleep. The Illawarra side leading 20 points to 0, Phil Blake.
Can't block it. They've got to do the small things right. They've got to defend now. They've done the attack for the first 15 minutes. Now it's time for the defence to stand up and muscle up.
This man will muscle up, Danny Lee, with a good offload. Simon made the tackle over the top. Nathan Long slips under one high tackle. That one from Andrew Hart. So now Peachy gets involved at acting half. Dishes it off for Graham. Russell Richardson using his bulk against Simon. Craig Simon, he hung on though, final tackle. Back it goes for Dykes. Crossfield kick. Drifting in the breeze, well taken by Britton.
Gee, did well there, didn't he? He had to readjust to Britton as the ball was in the air. Just have a look at him. That's a great take too. Plenty of pressure. Roger was there on the spot. And Illawarra now coming out of their own end through Patton.
Before, he's only 18 years of age, Luke Patton. He's played 11 first-grade games this season. Timmins, who's enjoying himself on the left-hand side. Callaway. Mackay, the dummy. Rogers read it well. He left his winger, but he made the tackle. Back it goes for Trent Barrett. Barrett with a kick. Peachy positioned himself beautifully. 54%.
Brad
They're
Mackay,
enjoying the possession, Illawarra.
Brad Mackay being replaced by Lamey, so the interchange starting to work now. Bradstreet about to come on for the Steelers too.
58-22 at the moment. The Steelers are now asked to do some of the defensive work.
And Matt Rogers down injured in the back play.
Jason Stevens, the former St George player who played in the 92 grand final.
Fill him out. Walk away.
And Cronulla will get a nice penalty out of their own territory here.
Well, that's what they've needed, a little bit of luck to do. They haven't been down Illawarra's end yet. A kick for touch now, Mitch Healy should find. It'll put them straight on a good attack. A couple of replacements now for the Cronulla side. Jason Stevens off, Madison on, along with their number 16, Luke Stewart. So changes are plenty for Cronulla. Here's Lang.
Lang again. Takes the first tackle. Danny Lee the second. Matt Rogers appears to be struggling out on the right wing. To the short side through Graham. Graham made his debut as a 17-year-old. Paul Green looking to try and work the short side. Back to the open.
Advantage.
They just misread that play completely. Well, Luke Stewart it was in the headgear.
That's terrible play there from Mitch Healy. Nearly throws it through him. That's the replacement that's just come on, Luke Stewart. Should have expected the football too, not just run through with your hands in the air. There's Madison over the top of Callaway.
So now they go through Robinson. Picks up.
That's Tunbridge come on for the Steelers.
Wilson, a good offload for Robinson.
They're not helping themselves, Phil Blake. Plenty of offloads for Illawarra.
Yeah, exactly, Blocker. Cronulla have started slowly and it's continued into the 20th minute now, and they really need someone to ignite this side.
Oh, Brett Howland is a player who can do exactly that.
Be nice if we would have picked the ball up cleanly then and not slip.
Luke Stewart.
He can run.
Martin Lang. So he signed a new deal with the Cronulla club. They're down by 20 points to nil. Healy. This is Tim Madison.
Great ball.
Good offload.
Ooh.
And taken in a touch.
Yeah, that's fine. Paul.
Peachy.
Well, this is where they're dangerous, isn't it, Cronulla? When they get a bit of football, Peachy starts to run it. He needs to do more of that. Last tackle now.
Paul Green, left foot kick. Patton did extremely well.
Didn't he what?
Cheers.
Because that ball was heading straight for the upright. He got control of the ball and went to ground.
He did well, the young bloke there.
Young player.
Well, the worst thing Cronulla can do now is play the scoreboard. Try and start to play catch-up football, make mistakes, and just turn the football over easily to Illawarra. That would suit them a lot better, especially in these conditions.
Tunbridge. Final tackle now for the Steelers. Back it goes for Barrett. Barrett drops it onto the right boot, forcing Matt Rogers back. This is a very good kick. It's a 40-20 kick, I believe, but it was taken by Rogers just in time. He had to play it. Rogers is away from one, then taken by Timmins. So Matt Rogers, he averages 8.6 points per game, and he's now the second highest scorer for the Cronulla club. And he's second to his father and Steve Rogers.
Well, they'll need every one of them tonight.
Through the hands of Healy. Bad pass for Peachy. And Peachy looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. Barrett made the tackle over the top. Long. Good meters by Long. Green. This is Madison. Madison runs into the pouring rain. It's teeming at Shark Park. Healy. He finds touch of this
Phil.
one, and he'll take a
Oh,
break.
I don't think so, no.
20 points to nil at the 20-minute mark.
You'll see the arc come out in a minute.
I don't think I've seen a team make a better start than the Steelers. Leading by 20 points to nil after 12 minutes.
Relax, Jason. Just relax a tad, mate, please. We're right, Dean. Pack. Roll it. Straight out.
Robinson for Barrett.
Been good control from Illawarra too. Every time they've had the football, They haven't turned it over that many times. That's all they've got to do, completion. As Phil Blake said, get the big kick away early in the tackle count. Turn Cronulla around.
Fitzgibbon has been on target with that right boot.
Oh.
Cronulla are now racing up out of the line. Nick Graham makes the tackle. Wilson again. The former Bear and Crusher will get to his feet. Brendan Tunbridge
Lost it.
loses the ball, loose ball. Cronulla have it. Graham. Quick hands from Dykes for Richardson. Richardson, hard man to pull down in any conditions. Madison.
He's added a bit to them since he's come on, Phil. Good yardage getter, Madison.
Yeah, he has, Blocker. He's been doing that all year. He just needs football time on the paddock. There's a little bit of a swing down here in the sense that I can start to see the big Cronulla forward start to take control.
They'll have to. Bell wrapped up by Timmins, the opposite number. So Healy delivers the ball to Paul Green. Green gives it to Stewart. So Luke Stewart taken to ground. Final tackle. The Sharks, what are the options? Peachy. He'll play. Patton goes without it. Can't tidy up just in time. They came
Well done,
back.
man.
Yeah, knock on in the in-goal area, firstly by young Patton. He did well to get back and clean up. The chase wasn't that good from Cronulla, the reaction time. Here comes the hand now from Cronulla. Cleaned up.
Dean Callaway, I think, who eventually got the right boot to it. Kicking well for those uprights, the Cronulla Sharks.
It would be nice and handy to go in at half-time. 20-0 on the scoreboard.
Oh, long way to go yet.
Hey?
18 minutes to go. 50 metres on the fly. Madison. He comes back 18 metres on the fly. The old-fashioned way. Green. His first game back in Cronulla colours since round 2. Stevens. He's a huge man, 115 kilograms.
He'll be fresh anyway, Paul Green. He's just what they need to ignite them.
Healy, change of direction. Dykes looking for the inside ball for Graham.
Yeah, good tackle there from Andrew Hart over the top. Ball and all. Good stuff.
Graham knows himself. The marker's got back to make the tackle. Green. Dykes, Healy. Here goes Bell. Flicks it out the back. Matt Rogers. Rogers flicked on the inside. Peachy put it
Player
down.
0. I reckon it's gone forward. Or player 0.
Zero tackle.
Come up. Change over anyway.
Tell you what, that was a bit of skill, wasn't it? Rogers, world-class player, this kid. There's 2 flick passes. Watch this one back on the inside. Peachy, if he'd have been alert, he should have swallowed that one. That would have been a try to Cronulla.
Desperate to get on the scoreboard, as you can imagine. Trail by 20 points to 0. 4 errors for Cronulla, 3 for the Steelers, but Cronulla once proved to be telling ones. Loose ball, they're knocked on Cronulla.
Hey, mate. Wardy, I'm going to have a look at that. I reckon that first Cronulla one come off the foot.
Well, you heard referee
look
Brian
at it.
Grant.
You got an opinion?
Speaking to video referee Chris Ward, I called it as a knock on. Brian Grant
when the Cronulla
thinks
bloke
it's
went to
come
pick it
off
up,
his leg.
it might have come off his foot. All right.
And the touch judge believes it's a knock on. We'll get a closer look at it here.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
We'll get a closer look. A pass from Barrett. Wishart is the player. Loses the ball. And very hard to tell. That's the second kick, not the first one. This could be the angle. Out it goes.
You've got to have good ball security coming out of your own end, haven't you? Oh, how do you tell
It's
this?
too close to call. Surely.
What do you reckon, Phil?
I'm going to go for a knock on, actually, fellas.
I'm
on.
going to know knock on as well. I think you'll see the red light.
The first Illawarra one was back.
No try. was just too close to call, but I can say that referee Brian Grant was entitled to have a look at it. Handling errors are 5-4 now. There's some dispute over Robinson wants the ball. Paul Green wants the ball.
Well, it's got to be Illawarra's feed.
Illawarra feed, okay. Take it down there.
Cronulla knocked on.
I just thought he might have thought that Wishart knocked on. And of course, that would have been the first knock on has to be played, but he's ruled that the ball from Wishart went backwards. Mackay, 20 metres away from his line, plays it back now. They've had success down this left-hand side. Lakefold takes the tackle. Purcell, you'll see, go into acting half here, the number 17. Robinson. Andrew Hart. Kick will go back for Trent Barrett. Charge down. Did he play at it? It's a knock on. A double knock on. The first one comes from the Steelers.
Illawarra first, then Cronulla.
Must be like a cake of soap out there, the footy. Trouble handling both sides. There's the charge down. There's the knock on from Patton. There's the knock on from Healy. To knock on a thon.
Difficult conditions. They spread the ball to the left-hand side. Barrett makes a good tackle. Long. They come out of the line quickly. Rod Wishart. Wishart comes again. Rides him to the ground. Madison. 15 metres away from the try line.
Geez, you've got to get across the stripe soon, Cronulla.
Healy. Dykes. Takes on the defensive line.
They've had plenty of football the last 10 minutes. They must convert.
And go back to the left-hand side for Paul Green. Looking for a runner to hit the ball. Peachy kicks. Wishart. The race is on. Patton came across superbly.
Gee, did well there, Patton. Trying to use the speed of Howland on the left-hand side for Cronulla. Good ploy there, Phil Blake in the wet.
Yeah, great ploy, Blocker. He's got plenty of speed as is Howland. Here it is. Nice little kick by Peachy. Just misses out this time, but he might get it next time.
The good thing about it is they get the repeat set.
Yeah, exactly right, Blocker. Illawarra getting into a lot of trouble by not kicking early, not getting rid of their kicks. The last 4 times they've come up with errors.
Yeah, it's turned around a little bit too, Phil, since Cronulla have got a lot more footy, but they really do need to convert.
Exactly right, Blocker. They've got to be the next scorer.
Yeah, the defence has been good, though, by the Steelers. Martin Lang tries to change that fact. Paul Green. Jason Stevens. It's a very good go-forward pack. Long, Lang, Lee,
That's 2 in a row,
Stevens.
man. Roll away. Roll out.
Quick tap by Paul Green. Green takes on the line. Now he's just 5 metres away. Peachy. Healy. Mitch Healy goes awfully close. Dykes. Stevens. In fact, Denny Lee it is. Peachy. Paul Green, short ball. Well, they've tried virtually everything to get across. Now Jason Stevens loses it. The Steelers come up with it, and they'll run it out of their own territory.
That was a great front-on hit there from young Andrew Hart. Normally a back rower. That's a great shot. Loses the football, Stevens. Let's see if Illawarra can complete. They need to get a good kick away.
Andrew Purcell.
They haven't looked as sharp since Callaway went off. I know that the young fella that's come on, Andrew Purcell, is a good player, but he hasn't got the slickness from dummy half.
Terry Lamey taken to ground. Robinson for Brad Mackay. Flings it out the back for Robinson. Sean Timmins is creating havoc. Loose ball. And they'll give Cronulla another chance.
Yeah, that's great. Knock on from Illawarra.
Yeah, good over the top defence there from Paul Green. Illawarra knocked on.
Still Cronulla loose and feed in here, please, Jason.
As you heard,
You're
loose
loose
and
and
feed. Geez, they're giving them some football coming out of their own end. There's Johnny Lang standing down in the rain. Why would you if you didn't have to?
He's one of the few coaches who likes to watch the game from the sideline on the bench.
No, wait early. Roll it now, son. Roll it now. Yep.
I'd find it hard to see from down on the sideline.
Peachy for Rogers. Rogers, one man to beat. He put it on the toe. Will he score? Now the touch judge put up his flag, then put it back down. Referee Brian Grant saw that.
You're doing, look at.
He's going to give the try to Rogers. Superb work. The touch judge did put the flag up, then put it back down.
If he did put his foot on the line, are you allowed to go out of the field of play now and then come back in?
Let's have a look.
Let's see where the foot is.
Rogers. Let's go the ball, and appears to be a fair try. This angle could well tilt Peachy. Now there's Rogers. Nothing wrong with this whatsoever.
No, his foot went on the touchline after the kick.
And Rogers touches down. The Cronulla Sharks are on the scoreboard. But thinking, he knew he didn't have Timmins for pace.
And he nearly got a penalty try there too. It was pulled back.
20 points to 4. Matt Rogers. Kicking at 80% so far this year is Matt Rogers. His injury concerns throughout the season.
Tough on this into the breeze.
He slips over after the kick. It doesn't matter. What about that? Over it goes. 20 points to 6. Matt Rogers gets the Sharks back into this game.
Yeah, Cronulla going down the short side. Jonathan Britton gets in, arrested with Peachy, which he shouldn't have done. Rogers down the side. Great piece of skill there on the toe, and a very good try. And a great kick here. Here's Rogers. This is why he's so valuable to Cronulla.
Take my word for it, he did slip over after that kick.
Well, at least the Cronulla fans are making a little bit more noise now.
See the effect of
20 to 6.
20 points to 6. Lang. And they have had all the possession in the last 10 minutes.
Well, that's Richard coming up with the penalty for holding down or having his hand on the football. He's the one to drop the football over on the right-hand side there. And there's another penalty to Cronulla. And slowly but surely letting them back into the game, only through Illawarra's poor mistakes.
Thanks, Phil.
Make sure he finds touch. Jason Stevens.
Let's stand up, don't roll him, don't roll him, don't lie.
Treaster is back out there now directing traffic for the Sharks. Graham plays it back. Danny Lee up over the halfway line he goes. Treaster. Some good meters from acting half.
Yeah, a little bit more possession now for the Cronulla side. That's helped them. They're back in this one.
They are. Good charge by Lang. Look at him go on the hands and the knees. The crowd appreciate it. Dykes with the kick. Rod Wishart tidies up and stays in the field of play more importantly. Simon brings it away. That's a very good run.
Well, that's been the problem for Cronulla all night. Been very weak at marker.
Graham gets up. There's a little bit of a set two there with Andrew Hart. Simon is through. Into space, into slush. Tackled right on the halfway line. Now they go through Robinson. Barrett. Quick hands, Mackay. Timmins, Patton and Britton. Britton back on the inside. Oh, great hands. What about that? Trent Barrett has absolutely displayed outstanding skills to score. That is a superb try by Trent Barrett.
He's a freak, Barrett.
The pickup was beautiful.
How good's he going to be? He's good now. Here's the bust again from Simon originally it was. Just a little neat step off the right foot. Didn't have the pace to go on with it, but watch the Illawarra side line up on the 50-metre line just a situation of catch and pass. They did it so well. I thought he might have given it a bit early there on the outside. He does well to stay on his feet. That's 6 again. Barrett, Peachy swallows the dummy, and Barrett can't believe his luck.
Well, I guess we've got to appreciate, Phil Blake, just how wet it is down there when you see this pick up from Barrett.
Oh, it's very wet, Terry. It's a great piece of skill, but this is what we've become to know of this young champion. Watch this, in the one motion, picks it up, throws a dummy, and goes on to score what is going to be a very important try for the Steelers.
17 tries for the season for that young man.
I think it's the most ever scored by an Illawarra 5'8".
He's a very good one.
Is he what? Only 20 years of age.
So Rod Wishart.
How good's he gonna be?
He's bumped over a few goals in his time as Rod Wishart continues, and now that advantage is back out. 26 points to 6.
This is as good a try as you'll ever see in the dry, let alone the wet. Out through, they play the numbers. Nice cut out there to Mackay. I thought Timmins there probably threw it a little too early. Did Patton along the ground here. Great pickup, nice little dummy. It's a great try, and especially in these conditions.
Fitzgibbon. Back it goes. Lakeville. Britton has 2 tries already tonight.
Callaway back on for the Steelers.
Fitzgibbon. Good strong run.
Good run, isn't it?
Callaway. Terry Lamy. In fact,
I'll tell you what I like about Callaway. Watch the service from dummy half. Quick, straight off the ground and accurate. Watch this. Bang, every time. He kicks from dummy half this time. It's a shocker. I'll give him a rap. I won't say no more.
Mr. Herger. Blocker.
Always a big advantage to have someone who can kick from dummy half. Everyone's on side.
One just coming off the side of the boot. Martin Lang. 10 metres inside the Steelers' territory. Long. Steps away from one. Powers his way another 10 metres closer. Treaston. Paul Green. Bell.
That's what they've got to be doing with Richardson. Turn him on the inside in the wet. Big man, hard to handle.
Green scheming on the right. The little kick for Matt Rogers. Patton goes back. Looks up. Can't get out of his own end goal.
Well done, fullback. Fullback's name is
Luke Patton. 26 points to 6. And there'll be another dropout now.
What about the ref giving the fullback a rap? Turn it up. Just referee the game, mate.
So they're in no big hurry here, the Illawarra Steelers, and why would they be? 2.5 minutes to go on the clock. They lead by 20 points. If you've just joined us, they led by 20 after 12 minutes. Luke Stewart. Danny Lee. They're just 15 metres away from the try line, Cronulla. Green. Madison. Set play for Green. Dykes. Russell Richardson. Richardson taken to ground. Now spread it to the right. Dykes. Nowhere to go. Green.
Very important, Illawarra keep them out.
Peachy looking for the inside runner. Final tackle now. Can they survive for one more tackle? Green juggles it. They've got numbers on the left. Dykes, prop, stops. Fine. Picked up by Green was a beauty. Pat grounds the ball.
What about the pickup from Green? That was just sensational skill. The ball was on the ground, just scoops it up. Here's the end. Pat just grounds the footy.
Goal line drop out again for the Steelers. So they're soaking up a fair bit of pressure. 60 seconds left before the half-time break, enough for 6 tackles. And you're going to see time off called here.
Bit of gamesmanship from Illawarra. Timmins
Yeah,
will blow it back on, brother. And he does.
Timmins. Trapped with the legs by Green. That's Luke Stewart. Play on was the call.
Work, Dean. Work, son.
Madison. Into the shoulder there of Andrew Hart. Green. Decoy runner Denny Lee. They're trying to link up with Bell on the outside, along with Peachy. Back to the left. Dykes. Just not quite gelling at the moment.
They've had some football in the second part of the first half.
Green.
Instead of being able to convert it with
They
points.
kick. It's a play on the call. Britton was there. He's having a very good game, isn't he? Jonathan Britton. 2 tries. And right on the spot there. The halftime score. At the moment, the Steelers in front by 26-6 in the rain at Shark Park. We'll take a short break. Well, the rain continues at Shark Park, but it hasn't worried the Sharkettes, who have kept the crowd entertained under umbrellas here. And they've been one of the major attractions throughout the season, particularly on a Saturday night here at Shark Park. They normally love playing here. Cronulla, they've won their last 4 matches at their home ground. They've got a fair bit of work to do, Steve Roach, to get back into this one. 26-6.
Well, I know it's the old cliche. They've got to be the first scorer in the second half, haven't they? Well, they really do need to. They would have been better off going in at 20 points to 12 at half time, but that didn't happen. There's the Illawarra Steelers getting ready to come back out. Be plenty of confidence in that dressing room, I'm sure.
26 points to 6, 4 tries to 1. 2 to Jonathan Britton on the left wing. Sean Timmins and Trent Barrett. Dean Callaway, who certainly caused havoc from acting half. Catching the marker defence by Cronulla. Asleep at their job on a number of occasions. He's had a big game. Spent a bit of time in President's Cup. Was hurting the opening tackle of this game when he took Martin Lang head on.
It often makes you wonder what would have been for their season, Illawarra, had McGregor been playing. He's been out for a long period of time this season and is probably their best player, or is their best player. Here comes the Sharks.
Dean Treaster. Paul Green, we've seen his return since round 2. Matt Rogers.
He's been solid, Paul Green.
Been very solid.
Done a lot of good things. The more football he can get, the better. If they are to go on and make the semi-finals.
Just relax, mate. TV crew somewhere.
About to get underway for this second half.
Sorry.
Well, it'll be interesting to
Let's
see
go,
what
yeah.
this Cronulla
Gotcha.
side can do with the breeze in the second half. That's one of the big positives to come out of half-time, I'd say. Here's the kickoff.
Michele. Straight down for Callaway. Andrew Hart bumps it up the first tackle. Callaway wants a quick play the ball, can't get it. Lakeville. Taken to ground by Graham. Fitzgibbon now. Good ball. Lamy for Timmins. Britton again on the far side. A very busy night for a winger.
Yeah, you wouldn't think these conditions would suit the wingers, but if you have a look at them, it's been Britton and also Rogers for Cronulla.
Lakeville goes back to the centre of the park.
Last tackle now for the Illawarra side.
Callaway, who kicks out of acting half. Now Brett Howland comes across. The chase is a good one by the Steelers. Let's go sideline now, Phil Blake.
With me down here in the tunnel, I have Ian Millwood from the Illawarra Steelers. Ian must be very happy camp at half-time.
Yeah, very happy, Phil. Everything we sort of planned from did well, and weather conditions haven't affected us too much.
No, certainly the first 12 minutes was exceptional, wasn't it? You couldn't have dreamt to start 20-0.
No. Like we're ecstatic with that. But I think it's a good 12-point lead. So we needed some points on the board. But no, we're very happy the way things are going, and we just got to go and defend very well in this half.
Thanks very much for your time, and good luck for the second half.
I won't be too happy with that. Giving away another penalty early in the second half. Rogers realises the desperate measures.
Well, I'll show you one
this
thing.
game.
Cronulla won't throw the towel in.
Healy, Lee, the offload, Dykes, players in motion for Peachy. Peachy taken to ground. Bell. Oh, long. Rod Wishart knocked him over quickly.
Great tackle.
They go the left. Peachy, Barrett rode him to the ground. Teresa goes himself, Teresa, and loses the ball. Touch of white line fever there. Let's go sideline now and Phil Blake.
Have Dave Stores, their reserve grade coach for Cronulla. Dave, obviously, Coach Ling would have been very disappointed with that half.
Yeah, John was, like all of us, a little bit shell-shocked, but he just wants the boys to, we just got to nut down and get into our game and not worry about the scoreboard and work our way into the game in this second half. And we're very confident. It's a little bit reflects like our season so far. It's been a struggle, and we're not going to back away from it.
Yeah, certainly that first 12 minutes when they got 20 points, it certainly was a stumbling block, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Illawarra, to their credit, have played very, very well, and we're just going to have to match that and come home in the second half.
Thanks very much for your time, and good luck for the second half.
Thanks, Phil.
Holding down in this tackle.
He's been consistent. That's the 4th penalty for holding down in this game so far. That's a good run from Fitzgibbon. It's the ease that the Illawarra are getting out of their own end. It's a problem so far for Cronulla.
Timmins comes back to the centre.
Really got to try and
Loose
force
ball,
some
went
areas.
out the back. Was there a hand in there? Yes, there was.
Another piggyback out of their own half.
They're always nice, but particularly on a night like tonight.
Yeah, mate, just a minute.
So Barrett. Penalties are 4-3.
Yep.
Callaway now. Like Volt.
Stand up, lads. Stand up.
Plenty of attention. Slow play the ball.
Look at him sneak up when he marks at the ruck. Just watch Curley. When he does referee, his first couple of tackles are at the ruck where the ball is being played, and watch the opposing side sneak up a couple of metres.
Lamey with good quick hands for Timmins. Timmins still struggling in that tackle. 35 metres out from the try line. Terry Lamey. Graham makes the tackle. Danny Lee down below. Callaway. Wilson. Robinson. Onto the left boot. Dangerous kick. It bounces. Everybody's missed it. Craig Simon hasn't missed it. He scored the try. Referee Grant gives it. And the Steelers have made the better start to the second half.
Well, always an advantage putting the ball up as high as you can into the breeze. Just had enough petrol on this one. What about the skills and the hands of number 4, Craig Simon? He just snatches it out of the air, and that's a great start for the Steelers in the second half.
Steve, as soon as it hit the ground, I knew the Sharks were in trouble. It bounced in open space. Allen couldn't get to it.
It's bounced a bit higher than everyone would have expected, I'd say, in the slosh. You'd expect it to bounce and stick. This one's gone up in the air. Great hands. That's tremendous play. He's had a strong game, Craig Simon. Good on him. It's his 7th try for the season. It's a very important conversion now for Fitzgibbon. He's kicked well in the first half so far.
Yeah, like most of these Illawarra players, is a local junior, Craig Simon, as many of the Cronulla Sharks are. So Fitzgibbon, he kicked superbly in the opening half. You would imagine would continue that sort of form. 4 from 4. Doesn't get too much better. And there was a couple of tough ones thrown in. An abysmal night at Shark Park. The weather. Torrential rain. A gale from the southeast. Fitzgibbon will be kicking into that gale. 4 from 4. He can't make it 5 from 5. That one waved away. The scoreline remains 30 points to 6.
And here we go. First thing you learn when you start the football in the under-7s, don't let the ball bounce. Cronulla did, and they paid the penalty. What a good start for the Steelers.
30 points to 6 now. When you trail by 20 points, you just can't afford to let the other team get on the board. And Cronulla have done exactly that. Wilson has certainly been working hard, 22 tackles.
Yeah, normally a ball player, Wilson. He's rolled his sleeves up in defence tonight. Good to see.
There he goes, doing his fair share in the attack department also. Barrett. It was a nice ball there to Lakeville. Callaway now calls the shots from acting half. Robinson. He put up the kick for the last try. Matt Rogers goes back. The chase. Rogers gets away from one.
No support there for him, but he stood in the tackle ready to offload. No one around. There's Bell now up over the 30.
Jeff Bell gets to his feet. Lang, as per normal. Whether it's the first minute or the last minute, he takes it up with plenty of vigour. Nathan Long with 18 tackles. Nick Graham leading the way with 20.
That's what they need to do. Peachy needs to get into dummy half and scoot.
Green for Long. Nathan Long taken to ground, 30 out from the try line. Lee was the decoy. Healy, Dykes, right boot kick. Forces Britton back. The ball bounces. He played safely at it. He did the right thing.
Yeah, that's better play there from Cronulla. Very hard with the breeze, Phil Blake, to really make your kicks accurate. That's a great kick through there from Dykes again. And just goes beautifully in the end goal.
Yeah, it certainly was, Blocker. Yeah, execution's everything, especially with the breeze. Don't be surprised if you see them doing 40-20 kicks. I think with the strength of this breeze, they're the sort of kicks that you could look for Cronulla in this second half.
Yeah, Phil, the trouble is that it's just so hard and you've got to be so accurate. With the 40-20 kick, we don't see too many doing.
No, not enough. I think that's one part of the game that could be exploited a lot more.
Lang with the offload.
Good offload.
Russell Richardson. Barrett comes in cover. Inside ball. Oh, he's gone without it, Howland.
Send him out a mid, Blakey.
He just had a big Bo Peep.
He should have swallowed that one.
Over here, Will.
See, that was good skills there from Lang getting the offload.
Thanks, Jason.
And this is a good run from Richardson. He does all the right things. The inside ball. Oh, no. Let's have a look at the offload again. Great play. Like to see him do a little bit more of that.
Back up, Will. Back up.
He'll make himself twice as good a player
Thanks, Jason.
as he is if he can do those sorts of things.
Play on now, play on!
They bombed a certain try there. No doubt about that. Wishart now takes the tackle. Fitzgibbon. 4 from 5 in the goal kicking department. And he left 2 Cronulla Sharks in his wake on that run. Andrew Hart. Not the biggest prop going round, but he plays above his weight.
He's pulled up a little bit tonight when he's run into the ruck. I've noticed that a couple of times. Just trying to break some tackles.
Tunbridge. Back to the open side. Barrett to the line. Wilson. Simon went without it. A loose ball, the Sharks come up with it.
Stand up, stand up. You're right.
Now this will be the first tackle. Not yet. Paul Green. Looking to find someone running straight and hard off his pass. Can't find anyone. Long. He runs straight and hard. Green goes into acting half. Lang again. He shows great pace for a big man. Healy. Dykes. Inside ball for Richardson. Slow play the ball.
No, man, no, it's too slow.
Going to take the quick tap here. Green does that.
Green goes himself. Tunbridge makes the tackle. Quicker play the ball. Healy. Inside ball for Nathan Long.
Just need someone who can break the line, Cronulla.
Don't try and milk it, son.
They go to the short side. Stevens. Can't get the ball out the back. He was trying hard. Healy. Dykes. Oh, Graham. The ball wasn't a good one.
You should have caught it, but just run away a bit from the football here, Phil Blake, don't they?
Yeah, Blocker, they should be doing a bit more angles coming back across the from where the ball's come from. Change the point of the attack with some straight runners up through the middle. I think they've tried to outmuscle this Illawarra side, and it hasn't worked to date.
No, wait.
Two desperate teams doing battle.
Stand up, just quietly stand up.
Cronulla currently in 9th position.
They love to shove in the scrum, don't they, Cronulla? Against the feed.
Oh, they've got a big forward pack.
Yeah.
Robinson. Now, if the Steelers can win this game, they go on to 23 points. The same as the Cronulla Sharks. So, in many ways, it's a 4-point ball game. On the competition table, that is. On the scoreboard, it's 30 points to 6. Cronulla up against it. They realise it. He was warned.
Take time. No, just relax. No, take time. Tim inside, please.
We've got Jonathan. In fact, it's
What's going on here?
Fitzgibbon down in the back play.
No, I didn't. I called play on for the free kick.
Yeah.
But one, hang on. What are you talking about? The high tackle?
No.
Right, well, I am.
You said offside.
Yeah, you're offside for sure. You're bloody. Well, the whole team was. Well, listen, I want to talk about this high tackle. I know it's wet. I know he slipped down, but it still can't go up there. Cheers.
Let's have a look at this. He's been called for a high tackle. Madison. Doesn't appear to be too much in it.
Well, they're going to self-destruct if they give penalties back-to-back to Illawarra when they're coming out of their own end.
Stand up. Now stand up.
Bradstreet. Tunbridge.
Stand up.
Tim Madison's fired up for Cronulla. Racing up out of the line. Barrett.
That's a high shot.
Taking a touch high in that tackle.
Wait out, time.
And it was Paul Green, I think, who
talking to
made the
me.
tackle on Barrett.
Paul. Dean. Just stay here, please, Mitch. Dean. Yeah. Hang on. Wait. We all know that there was not a real bad tackle, but it did make contact with the head, did it not? Well, I reckon it did, so you're going to have a penalty. But no, it's not on report. But I want to talk to you blokes. You can go now. I know the frustration, the bloody weather shithouse would rather be sitting.
And there was no doubt it was a touch high. Barrett. And it probably did make contact with the head, and under the rules as we know it, he probably had to give a penalty.
Yeah, but he keeps pulling up the game all the time. Just get on with it. Give the penalty and get on with it. He didn't do anything about it. It was only a penalty. Didn't put anyone in report. What do you reckon, Phil?
It's unbelievable. Bloke, that's twice now he's just stopped the game and just a whole court in the middle of the field. Let's get on with it.
Callaway races in. They're keen, the Steelers. They're lining up to take the ball.
Their own worst enemies, Cronulla. They've given away 3 penalties in a row.
Robinson. Barrett. Nice short ball for Patton. Patton forced back the teenager. They're hungry for more tries. Callaway. Darren Bradstreet. Final tackle. Chance on the short side. Nice ball from Callaway. Loose one out the back for Robinson. They've turned it over on the final tackle.
Bring it in here, Matt.
So you've got to give you a kick in that situation.
Play.
You see what they did last time they put the high ball up, they got a try. This time they just try to run the ball, trying to get impossible passes away, and just let Cronulla off the hook. Madison loses the football one-on-one.
And it gives the Steelers another golden opportunity. And time is quickly running out for Cronulla.
My side, please,
Handling errors, 11
and
to
just
9.
relax it and pack it and hold it. Roll it, son.
What can they put on from the scrum,
Play
the
on.
Steelers? Robinson. He goes to Timmins. Timmins loses it. So they've turned it over on the first tackle. Rogers plays it back quickly. Green. Healy. Longer ball for Dykes.
Good tackle from Barrett.
Richardson picks up Stevens. Jason Stevens. Former Dragons slow play the ball. Through the hands for Healy and Graham. Graham showed it, then took it. He had Bell flying through. Back to the open side. Green. Nathan Long. Taken well in that tackle by Callaway. Peachy.
Yeah, that was a good set of 6 tackles by Cronulla.
Little kick. Chasing through is Howland.
They've got the length.
Wishart slips. Gets out of his own end goal. And he's still going.
Yeah, they've gone the length of the field, Cronulla, in one set of 6. Have a look at this for a great run. Wishart, the chase not that good from Cronulla. Plenty of work to do, slips over. Now he has to get out of his own end goal. And he does enormously well to get to the 10-metre line.
Wilson. Craig Wilson has been one of the very best for Illawarra tonight. A step away from another one. Fitzgibbon. He's lined up for another one, Wilson.
Couple of high shots going in now.
One across the nose. Barrett.
Well, he's got to learn to play on with that.
Robinson in trouble. Gets rid of it. A quick one out the back. Oh, Barrett did well. Up he goes again. Britton kicks for himself. And smartly for the sideline also.
He'd be wondering what to do with it, Phil Blake. He's got copped that much football today, Britton.
Yeah, here we go. They kept it alive. Barrett doubling around to Britton. And this is all they got to do. Just gain 20 yards, kick it in the touch, wind down the clock.
Timmins has had a big game. Lang will pack down.
Get in there.
Danny Lee there on the bench. He's seen plenty of
Sprouting wings.
wet weather games. They kick on the first tackle. Rogers, look at the speed of the man. Patton.
Oh, great play, Patton.
Oh, he missed it the first time. He got it the second. Good effort.
That was a great ticker from such a young player. Good chase there from Rogers. They counter-attack now. The Illawarra side. Look at the chase, determination. Kicking on the first, Peachy. The chase. Patton comes from nowhere. And cleans up for Illawarra.
Did a good job, and it's really got to that stage, Phil Blake, hasn't it, for Cronulla? They've got to try those sorts of things.
Oh, exactly right, Terry. They've got the desired result now. They've got a mistake by Illawarra. So let's see what they can do. So far this this game, they have lacked a bit of imagination down in this part of the field. Let's see what they can do in this set of 6.
Pack.
We're about to find
Hold
out.
it. Play on.
Green. Dykes the decoy. Peachy into the back line. Bell has turned it over. And Wishart will come away.
Gee, there's been some indecision there tonight, Phil. Just don't look like they know what they're doing together.
No, Brock, and they're all running the same on the same plane,
Same angle.
same angle, exactly right.
Will they get a chance here? It will be. It'll be a goal line dropout.
Mate, he got
The
the-
Steelers
got
aren't
possession of
happy
the
about
football.
it.
Yeah, hang on. 100 people talking. It's not going to
So
do any
here's
good.
Fitzgibbon being driven back. And tackle wasn't called.
Mate, if we go back to a scrum, you might lose.
Missed tackles, 25 missed tackles for the Sharks. Or have made 164 to
Well,
149.
they've had to make some, haven't they? There's the hit-ups, 107 to 96. So Illawarra have had a little bit more football than Cronulla. Let's see if the Sharks can finish strong.
Luke Stewart. Lang. Lang through one. Barrett made the tackle. Trista picks up Dykes. Paul Green for Bell. Taken by his opposite number. Stevens. Hard man to pull down.
Keeps the legs
He
moving.
reaches out. He's a centimetre short. Treaster saw the opening, and Treaster gets over. Cronulla, their first try of the second half. 30 points to 10 the score. Dean Treaster saw the opportunity from acting half. Looks like he's got a black eye, the right eye, but they got low on him, but like a good hooker blocker, he kept the body very low to the ground.
Yeah, he did well there, Treaster. I don't know if there's any real need to throw the footy in that. That'll only incite the Illawarra players.
Timmins tried desperately hard to get the body underneath, but Treaster's so low to the ground, he couldn't get that opportunity. Try number 3. Rogers, quick conversion. The flags are up. 30 points to 12 the scoreline at Shark Park.
There you go, a bit of possession for Cronulla down in the right end of the field. Nice try there by Treaster. And here we go. Nice kick by Matty Rogers. That gets them back into the ball game, but they're going to have to score fairly quickly.
Exactly right. It'd be very hard to see the Steelers compounding totally. They've got some time left. 18 minutes. Cronulla bumped back there by Stevens.
Wait. Yeah, cheers.
Callaway is keen for the Steelers. 30 points to 12 the scoreline.
They've looked good in patches today, Cronulla. Here's another attacking raid.
Oh, back on the inside. Beauty of a ball.
Just coughed up too much possession to go on and win any sort of game. Illawarra will win this one quite comfortably.
All green. Stevens shrugs away from one. Now Treaster finds a little bit of open space. Green, far side. Timmins got involved.
That's off the head. That's play on.
Play on is the
Play
call.
on, had advantage anyway. Had advantage
jigs away
anyway.
from one. So Dykes makes the tackle.
They've just panicked at crucial times, Phil, haven't they? Cronulla, when they've really needed to settle down and score, they've just panicked.
Yeah, they certainly have, Blocker. Even then, they had one bloke on the far side. I think it was Jeff Bell. He was running totally the wrong angle there. Instead of coming back in against the grain, he's trying to run on the outside of the bloke and just turned his back on it.
6,487 hardy souls have turned up tonight.
It's a great turnout for this weather.
It is. Stewart made the tackle down below. Barrett found his way clear to get a kick in. It wasn't a real good one. Peachy has it. Howland. It's not the sort of conditions to suit the Flyers like Rogers, Peachy and Howland.
Yeah, I'm always one to think that the wet weather suits the littler blokes better.
Stand up, no hands.
And it can.
I suppose it cuts your options down. You've got to get in the dummy half and try and make yardage that way in the wet.
Luke Stewart. Treaster. Green. Martin Lang back on the inside. Now what can they do? They go to Richardson. Russell Richardson. Patton goes without it. Richardson comes up. Cronulla are staging a fight back here. How long it will last, we're about to find out.
Yeah, and Rod Wishards gives Patton a little pat on the back. Just a mistake, a handling error. Ball spewed out in the wet conditions. Really shouldn't try and get down on the football. He half-heartedly went down on the knees to stop it. Just watch this. Oh, should have been better off trying to dive on the ball. And Richardson dives over the top for the try.
Oh, Russell Richardson. He gets the try. Patton, who's had a good game at fullback, just losing that one. And Richardson grounds the ball. He's a product of that famous footballing school at St Gregory's. And try number 8 for the season. Rogers. This one is hooked away. He's forced to rush these kicks at this stage of the game. The scoreline remains 30 points to 16.
Here we go, nice piece of ad-libbing here by young Richardson. Young Patton should have got his body behind the ball. Nice try, gets them back in the ball game, but they need to score quickly again.
They do, but they're heading in the right direction, aren't they? 2 tries in the last 5 minutes. And I think you'll probably see the Steelers. Steve, I guess it's important for them not to completely shut up shop and try and slow the ball game down too far.
Now you got to keep doing what got your head on the scoreboard. No good trying to shut up shop. They threw the ball beautifully in the first half. They just haven't done that.
Martin Lang.
They've got their tails up now, Cronulla.
Yeah, full of enthusiasm in the 65th minute of this game. Danny Lee is back out there for Cronulla.
The game was won and lost in the first 15 minutes.
Nick Graham.
An offload.
The offload for Richardson, the last try scorer. Looking to link up with Danny Lee. They've got numbers on the right, Cronulla. They go to the left. Dykes. Short kick. Howland is coming through. Wishart uses his experience there to cover the ball up.
It's good play there from Cronulla, but Phil Blake, they had a little bit of luck earlier in the game and the last try that they scored with the short ball along the ground. Good tactics.
Yeah, it certainly is, Blocker. They're starting to mount a lot of pressure now on Illawarra. Illawarra defensively now have to start to aim up. They can't afford Cronulla to sneak in for another try.
Slow tactics.
Why wouldn't you?
Very hard to blame the Illawarra Steelers. The dropout. Green has it. Now Lang, look at him wind up and go. The local crowd, they just love him.
You've got to put your body on the line better than that when you're defending.
Dykes. They've been attacking for a long time.
Oh!
And they're not attacking anymore.
I'll tell you what, that was a high tackle on the young bloke who picked up the football there, Barrett, from the number 13. Nick Graham it was. Copped him right around the chin.
Terry Lamey brings it out. Handling errors, 13 to 12. Wilson, Robinson. Long ball was a bad one. It was a bad pass from Robinson.
They've got away from what they were doing so well in the first half. Running in numbers, lining up, changing direction.
Danny will square it up.
Lackluster display here from Illawarra in the second half.
Seeing to the laundry bill there.
So inside the final.
Is that a replacement here? I don't want replacements in the scrum.
12 minutes.
You happy? Roll it.
So Green.
Thanks, Paul.
Oh, he was offside a mile. Paul Green looked up and saw the scarlet jersey. He's still offside. Now Green, play on as a call. Bell. Richardson loses it. And it lands straight in the arms of Simon. Wishart. Away he goes.
Straighten up, boys. Too much across field running, Phil Blake.
Exactly right. All they need to do is just play left and right of the play the ball, Blocker. They don't need to go out wide.
They try and complete a set of 6, the Steelers.
How offside are they? Look, have a look at this. The one before, all of them were in front.
Up very quickly. Callaway, he's been dangerous.
Clever, isn't he?
Terry Lamey. Final tackle now for the Steelers. Wilson likes to kick, and he doesn't like to kick like that. Just looking to get that ball out of play. That'll take up another 60 seconds or so. Instead, they've turned it directly over to Cronulla. Danny Lee.
Stand up.
Still pelting down the left rain. He's Lang again. Geez, been strong.
Martin Lang. Origin player for Queensland this year. Long. So Lang and Lee, they've done a good job for Cronulla. Jason Stevens.
He's gone all right too, Jason Stevens.
But Illawarra have dominated. Green, stepping off the left boot. Flicks it out the back. Lee looking to offload, can't do so. Green. Long ball for Dykes. Dykes to Richardson. Richardson for Howland. Howland had nowhere to go.
10 to change it, please, lads. Bring it in 10 to change it, Dean. Where Dean is.
He had to probably get back on the inside here, Steve.
Play.
Yeah, it was just a bit cramped over there, wasn't it? That's again from a little bit of crossfield running. There's Bradstreet taking the ball forward for Illawarra. Phil Blake hit it on the head. You don't need to go wide, just close it up in the centre. Make some good yardage from dummy half.
They've played with plenty of confidence, the Steelers.
Ooh.
Only won one of their last 5 games, but they've played better than that. Callaway. That's Bradstreet.
Played in the set, lads. Give us a hand, eh? Give me a hand. 4.
Back it goes now, Barrett. Barrett, he's been dangerous.
Stand up to play.
Final tackle. We'll go back. And on this occasion, they get the ball dead, Wilson. That'll suit the Illawarra Steelers just fine, Steve.
Yeah, it's good you've got a couple of options in the kicking game. Illawarra have certainly got that. Will Robinson can kick, hit a little left footer. Dummy half Callaway, also Wilson, so it's good to have a few strings to your bow.
30 points to 16, time well and truly running out for the Cronulla Sharks. This is Luke Stewart off the back of the scrum. Barrett makes the tackle. Peachy. We haven't seen Peachy get in the clear tonight. Long. Over the halfway line he goes. Green. Picks up Dykes. Dykes is ridden to the ground there by Simon.
He's done well, Simon, hasn't he? Defended well. Here he goes for another chase from Marker.
Lee. Oh, Robinson, he read that well.
6 again to Cronulla.
So they've got a chance now, Cronulla. Another set of 6, Green. Stevens. He's caused some troubles, but...
Trying to get that arm free too to offload. That's what I like about him.
Dykes. Luke Stewart. Simon and Wisher makes the tackle. Dykes. Green. Seen that famous kicking game of Cronulla really come to the fore tonight.
They haven't been down this end that often. Nor have they in the first half when they were going the other way.
Peachy looking to use the step. Bradstreet making the tackle. Healy. Short side play. Long kicks. Patton did well. And he just put his foot in the touch.
He plays with plenty of confidence, the young fella.
Well, he did the hard part, right.
Tough night for a fullback, Phil.
Oh, very tough blocker. Like he did well to get out and all of a sudden just lost his foot. But if you're anywhere near the sideline, you slide 5 yards.
He had no luck there whatsoever, did he? Luke Patton. Cronulla. Peachy. Peachy. Richardson. Peachy picks up Richardson. Richardson scores. Cronulla. Their 3rd try in the space of 10 minutes. But still, I think they've left their run too late.
Yeah, well, there was never any doubt that they were going to have a dig in the second half. With the breeze too, Richardson's. The more you give him the football, the better he's going to do. If you don't take the ball out to him, he's going to catch a cold. He's not one of those players that goes looking for it. I'll tell you what, he can score a try. He's a big, strong thing. Change of direction. Very powerful, hard to stop on the inside. Here's Rogers with the kick.
Yeah,
this will make it interesting.
He's rushing through these kicks. He pots that one over. Now the scoreline, 30 points to 22.
Yeah, how important the last kick that he missed. It was kickable for him too.
He's come on the inside of Richardson. He's too strong, too fast, got on the outside. Nice try for him.
You're exactly right, Blocker, what you say. They've still got that 8-point break with 6 minutes to go. If it was a 6-point break, they'd be in some real trouble.
Yeah.
And that's not placing any blame whatsoever on Matt Rogers, because these are absolutely horrendous conditions for kicking.
Yeah, it's the same for both sides, just making mistakes into the breeze.
Oh! Well, Peachy from the kickoff. It's just been one of those nights for a lot of players. And I'm not going to be too tough on any of them, Block, because
not in these conditions.
it is absolutely abysmal.
Yep.
Barrett.
Just a little bit of luck that Illawarra needed. Let's see what they do with this next set of 6 tackles. They need to control the ball.
They can put the game well and truly out of Cronulla's reach here. So Callaway has Barrett on the short side with Wishart. They go to the open. That man is Darren Bradstreet. Bradstreet taken to ground 15 out. Robinson, decoy runner. Eventually he picks up Tunbridge. They go back looking for Barrett. They find Wilson. Good option. Final tackle now. That leaves Barrett open. They go away from him. Quick hands from Robinson. Timmins. Sean Timmins flicks one out the back. And that'll be a changeover.
Yeah, a little bit of desperation there from Illawarra. They would have been better off trying to trap or put the high ball up again. They try to get the try. And that just gives Cronulla that little sniff they need.
They'll fling the ball wide. Richardson, he's had a good second half, picking up 2 tries. Plenty of big hits.
Stand away, wait, play 3.
Green. Stewart. Short ball there for Rogers.
Did well to hang on there, Rogers.
Rogers out the back for long. Wilson makes the tackle for the Steelers.
Right across, Dean, come out, son, 4. 5 tackles, lads.
Smart play there by Wilson. 1-on-1, he tried to knock the ball out of Healy's grasp. Rogers, we've seen it before, and work.
Yeah, well read there by Robinson. That's experience for you. He read it beautifully. Patton cleaned up in the end.
He's been around as well, Robinson, to the Tigers and the Rabbitohs, and he's really found a home and a permanent position in the number 7 jumper with the Steelers.
Rookie of the year in 1990, I think it was, 90, 91. With the Tigers. Here you are.
The mighty Tigers. Oh! The charge from Jason Stevens. I'd like to have another look at this.
Then Blue. Yeah, he's lost control, Red, and then Blue hit it forward. Double knock on.
Yeah, just losing his footing is like fault. He's very low to the ground.
Just relax, please.
He's a big bloke too. Look at Willie saying, get in the scrum.
I think he's...
On you, Willie.
He's not 100%. In fact,
he's not going in a scrum. He's not going in a scrum.
Well, Will Robinson showed...
Well, you're groggy for a start, man. No,
he sort of said, you're a prop forward, just get in there.
Yeah, that's what he said. Got a little gash on the eye. Ooh, what's it? Ooh.
There's...
Tell you what.
I'm not about to... There's a hint of an elbow there.
Jeez. I hope not.
Bell. The kick. Look at Rogers come. Oh, great work by Andrew Hart. And away he comes with it. What about the prop forward getting back to cover that?
Beautiful play. There he is, Hart. Slides down.
Take time, bring it
take.
inside, Trent.
Well, he saved a certain boundary there.
Bring the ball inside. No, you're not playing.
He goes in the slide motion early on.
Bring it in here. Wait for my
Got
whistle,
up
son.
and went away.
Wait for the whistle. No.
It's hard to imagine, but the rain has got heavier.
Matt. No, hang on, Matt.
You go and get my car for me.
One tackle. Stay square.
The crowd sensing it's over. There's a few leaving.
Andrew Purcell. Tunbridge.
I've enjoyed this game. It's been a battle. As I said, it was, apart from the first 20 minutes where Illawarra just really piled on the points, 20 points, it's been a contest ever since then.
In these conditions, we've seen
Cronulla-
9 tries.
Cronulla have done well to hit back in that second half. They've won the second half quite comfortably.
Galloway, that left boot. That'll waste a bit more time. We're inside the final 60 seconds. The Illawarra Steelers. They're not dead and buried in 1998 yet. They moved to 23 competition points. The same amount of points that Cronulla are on.
Back, stay out, Trent. Make sure you're out. Form it up tight. Here she goes.
Andrew Farah has done a good job. Good pickup by Dykes. Richardson.
Help! Help!
And off him is the call. You heard the call from referee Brian Grant. Quick tap. Dykes. Healy. Nowhere to go. They raced at him quickly.
Good tackle. Purcell it was who made the tackle.
Kick goes in. Here goes Howland. Howland, well, the ball just beats him.
There we go.
And so too the siren. It's all over. The Steelers, they remain alive in 1998. They moved to 23 competition points. Cronulla and the Steelers are now locked together on 23. The final score here, 30 points to 22. The Steelers scoring 5 tries to 4.
Yeah, good effort by Illawarra in the end. They made a few mistakes coming out of their own end there. Cronulla fought back well. I'm sure Johnny Lang will be happy with their second half performance, but it was the first 15 minutes that really cost them. Illawarra were able to put 20 points on the board before the Cronulla Sharks could get on the scoreboard. There's the scoreline. 30 points to 22.
5 tries to 4. 2 to Jonathan Britton coming in the opening half. Sean Timmins and Trent Barrett and Craig Simon also scoring. Matt Rogers scored in the opening half. Dean Treaster, he got across the line midway through the second half. And then they scored some 3 tries in 5 minutes. But their run came too late. Possession dominated there by the Cronulla Sharks. They had a fair bit of ball in the second half, Steve.
Yeah, and they did well with the football that they had. It's always hard to play catch-up football in the second half. You try and force the ball. As I said, Johnny Lang will be happy with that. The missed tackles will be the biggest worry for Cronulla, 28 to the Steelers 19.